So I'm seeing a lot of people being confused about how, Nebraskans and people in agricultural communities can be voting against their own interests. And I have a lot of experience with these people. I'm related to them. And obviously when I talk about them, I don't mean all farmers and I don't mean all the people in these states. But in my experience, the farmers have been living a fairy tale for many generations. They have been told by the government and by our own society, that they're extremely valuable, which they are, but that they are self-made men and that they exist in a vacuum and that we would be lost without them. And most weird, that they don't receive any kind of assistance, that they're self-made.
Boy, Nebraska's got themselves in quite a mess, don't they? It was a while back that a lot of them were talking about losing their ranches and their farms. There was even a family that said they had a 300-year-old ranch that they were going to lose. I thought 300 years old. I wonder what the Native Americans think about that. However, they've voted strongly for President Donald Trump, and now a lot of them can't even keep workers on their ranches and farms to keep things going. And now you have people going straight into the businesses and rounding people up there, Omaha. Well, I guess sometimes you have to learn the hard way. It's not always about, well, that is for some. Anyways, have a great day, Nebraska. Have the day you deserve.
The amount of people coming in to take farmers' place since the 1980s has dropped dramatically. I am by no means a commercial farmer over here trying to work hundreds of acres with a tractor, but I do have nearly 7 acres of land that I am trying to work by myself with a wheelbarrow and a pitchfork.
When I voted for Donald Trump, I was under the impression that we would be getting rid of the undesirable illegal aliens. Now I have no one to work on my farm. What am I supposed to do? Pay them a living wage? This isn't handout city. I'm not giving these people no handouts. And how am I even supposed to do that anyway? I thought the plan was to tax the poors. Okay? I thought we were going to tax the poors. I make $25,000 a year. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them poors. But why did my taxes raise? I thought us good folks were supposed to be getting tax cuts. That was what I thought. Plus, I'm white. Why did my taxes raise, and why do I have no one to work my farm? I do not understand this, and I know that this was not what Donald Trump meant to happen. I know that he doesn't want us good Trump supporter folks suffering, but we are. Donald Trump, please reverse this. I'm a white person. I am not supposed to be suffering. It was supposed to be the...
So something I've been thinking a lot of lately is, how do farmers deal with stress? How do farmers deal with all the problems that they have in their life? And I think about this because this whole month has been a particularly hard, rough month. I had an illness that went through the cows, that I lost a couple cows. One of my show cows died. I've had sick cows. I've had employees leave. I have brand new employees that don't know anything about farming, but I'm trying to teach them. I'm responsible for herd health on 300 and some head of milk cows, plus not to mention the other 400 head of cattle that we have.
So this morning I ended up on Nebraska Talk, and it was a bunch of people crying, why does anybody care about Nebraska? When we voted for Kamala Harris, when I cast my vote for Harris, that was me saying, I care about you and I want you to survive and thrive.
I have a question for the Nebraska farmers. And this is a serious question. So if anybody that reaches this is a Nebraska farmer or knows a Nebraska farmer, I'm hoping that you can help me with this. So when you all went to the polls, and what was it, 60% of Nebraska voted for Trump? 60% voted for Trump, even though his campaign was primarily about deporting illegals. And you knew that your farms and your crops were picked by illegals. What did you think was going to happen? Like, genuine question. Like, what did you think was going to happen? I'm curious. What did you think was going to happen? Because if you have so many people working your farm and you know that you don't have the proper documentation, did you think that they was going to stick around? I guess this is where my curiosity comes in. What did you think was going to happen? Because the math isn't mathing for me. I'm just saying, the math is not mathing for me. Help me out. Help me understand. What was the game plan? Because it seems like what y'all thought was going to happen was, I don't know, y'all was going to get some prisoners to work the fields. Y'all was going to get, I don't know, us to work the fields. Y'all, who did y'all think was going to get to do it? Like, what did y'all think was going to happen? And then, from what I understand, they've also frozen your funds. So I'm just curious, what did y'all think was going to happen? How did y'all think that was going to go when, again, he ran his entire platform on getting rid of illegals? All of them. What y'all think was going to happen? Tell me out.
I guess you could say we are at a crossroads. Actually, that joke would have been funny a while ago, but now everything is so serious that, yeah, it's kind of hard to be lighthearted. I'm realizing that a lot of people are only listening and watching one news source. And so talking with colleagues lately, apparently there are a lot of folks that are unaware that our FSA offices, our Farm Service Agency and NRCS through the USDA are losing employees and field staff. If you're unaware of that, it's happening. We knew this would happen. This is what the administration campaigned on. So it's not really a shock. But what's a little bit of a surprise to me is that there are still a lot of people that are unaware it's even happening. So first, I would encourage you to get out of your comfort zone just a little bit. Watch, listen, read news sources that maybe aren't your natural go-to. Not saying you have to embed yourself in them, but be willing to kind of reach outside of that. I'm going to try to provide a perspective. I am not a political science major. I'm not an expert. Shoot, I'm not even an expert farmer. I'm trying. But what I will say is that if I don't use my platform to at least share some real direct perspective from a farmer in southern Arizona, I won't be doing, it'll be a disservice to my family and to our farm. So what I will say is I am grateful that Yuma contributes more than $4 billion a year to Arizona's GDP because we get to farm 365 days a year. It's middle of February. High was close to 80 degrees today. There's a reason we're the sunniest place on earth and we get to do this. We provide for the country and we're grateful for that. But without the employees in the FSA and the NRCS providing services for rural development and farm loans and risk management and disaster relief and so many other programs, we're nothing more than just, I don't know. And I hate to be pessimistic because that's not my nature. It's hard. And we have it good right now. I have a lot to be grateful for. We have it so good. But there are a lot of people hurting in this country and that are going to be hurting in these communities and across the world now because of decisions that are being made. And unfortunately, a lot of folks are unaware of these decisions. So I'm going to try to do better. It may not be daily. I'm going to try at least weekly to provide you some experience from the farm because this matters. We couldn't do this without our employees, without our team. And so many of these programs will impact our employees, not just the folks that are enjoying the vegetables we're growing. So this matters to us. It should matter to you. I'm going to try to do better. And the phrase that I keep hearing in my head, unidos somos más. Together we are more. We got to keep the humanity in this.
One thing I love about Omaha, Nebraska is that it is the city of 15. What I mean by that is if you ask somebody where something is, it's within 15 minutes. It doesn't matter where it is, 15 minutes.
Someone please go check on Nebraska. Do you guys know what's going on over there? And if you don't know what's going on, that's why you have me, so I can explain it to you. But básicamente, Nebraska is about to go bankrupt in 6 months. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to smile. It's just a little ironic because majority of Nebraska voted for you-know-who, el pendejo, right? Majority of Nebraska is like, does anybody care about us? Like, we're about to go bankrupt in 6 months. And the reason why they're about to go bankrupt is because the majority of the workforce in Nebraska is built off, who do you think? The back to Latinos, right? That are undocumented. And they're scared to go to work. And they're not giving any money to the farmers. So their agriculture is dead. They're like, who cares? Like, can somebody come and help us? No, mijo. I have no pity for you. Sorry.
I for one want to be a farmer. Seriously. Like, I want to, as you guys know, like, I'm from Philly, right? And I moved here in Nebraska, and I'm done with the city life for real. And I just want to be a farmer. And I'm being serious. I'm being for real. Like, you know, is there like a class you can take? Like, am I too late to be a farmer? For real. Like, I'm 34 years old. Am I too late? Is there a place where I can, like, you know, for a day, be a farmer for a day, you know, just to learn? I'm serious. Like, I know I tell jokes and stuff, but I'm not scared of hard work. I wake up early anyways, so I just, how do you even start? Do you buy land or something? Do you, like, you know, buy some land? And I don't even know where to start. Anybody as a farmer out there that can help me out? Is it even possible for, like, a city guy, someone from Philly, moved here in Nebraska and just be a farmer? Can that happen? Can you transition? You know, I just want to feed America, you know. Yeah, I drive truck, you know, but I don't know. I've been thinking about this for a while now. This is not just like, oh, today I just want to be a farmer. No, this has been on my mind for a very long time. And my wife is from the Midwest, and she wants me to buy her a cow and stuff, but we kind of live in the city, but I don't know. Can someone help me out? Anybody, any farmers out there can help me out real quick?